Hi guys, this is Maki from Double Stop Music. Today we're going to address how to play with a straight bow. I'll get you started with 3 exercises as well as some troubleshooting tips from the most common problems I see in students' bow arms. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we begin, I have to mention how important it is to get a large floor mirror. It's basically impossible to learn how to use a straight bow without one, and it's really helpful for the left hand as well. I got this for like $5 at Target. I think they sell for about $7 now. So whatever is big enough so you can see your entire self as well as the frog to the tip will work. Please get one. All of these exercises use one, and I promise it will be a huge difference in your playing if you don't already use one at all times when you practice. For this exercise, we're going to use the bow itself as a guide. So using the mirror in front of you, place the bow at the tip, pretty close to the bridge, perfectly straight, all right? And then, supporting the bow with your left hand the whole time, very lightly, trace the bow, mimicking the actual bow stroke. Let your body be your guide. Let your arm open out naturally. It'll know what it wants to do. And as usual, we want our technique to mirror natural body movement. Try to avoid any straightening of the fingers or the thumb, any supination or random movements. In fact, you just want to recreate the way you bow. So if anything, you should probably pronate a little bit. Once you're here, really remember what it feels like to be at this end point, because this is sort of the goal of each stroke. And then when this becomes comfortable, remember the end point, come, and then go back. When you do the C string or A string, you're going to realize how weird it looks if you've never done this before. The reality is that your perception of the bow is very skewed from this angle. So you have to trust the mirror. So this is straight. So for me, it feels like I really have to pull really close to the hip to be straight on the C string. And on the A string, it's almost ridiculous how much I have to reach. Now at this point, some people actually can't even reach out here. Their arms don't go long enough, and that's okay. We'll address that in a second. I barely can make it, if anything. So again, using the mirror in front of you, you're gonna place the bow literally on top of the bridge where the string and the bridge intersect, right in the middle of the hair. And using the mirror to get it straight, what you want to do is just drag it across and try to avoid having the bow fall off. This is pretty hard. I wouldn't recommend doing it too much because you don't want to wear away at your string there or your bridge, but it can be a good supplementary exercise. Once you have a handle on the first 2 exercises, you can try this one, where we're going to plant the bow right all the way to the frog. Lean on your first finger the whole time a little bit, and you're going to shoot the bow across the string all the way to the tip in one fast motion. Don't worry about sound or anything. Let's try the A string, G string. Not that great. It both prevents your hand from doing, or your lower arm from doing weird things during the stroke, and it also tests how comfortable you are. In a way, you should be thinking about the trajectory that the bow has and sort of following itself. So I'm almost aiming for my hand, especially on the up bow, to land right here where the bow is. Okay, let's do some troubleshooting for common problems. The A string, the biggest problem tends to be on the upper third, where we like to raise our elbow up sometimes rather than stretch our arm out at the tip. So check to see if your elbow is locked and do something like that. Remember that it has to open out once you reach the upper half. and that you're sort of pushing your arm towards the, I guess, the camera in this instance. You can sort of visualize like you're unsheathing a infinitely long sword. And the metal, it's metal, so you can't bend it. So your only choice is to reach out. Sometimes our arms aren't long enough at the tip to have a straight bow, so sometimes we end up like this, which is not that great. So 2 solutions around that. If you're playing a normal passage, at the point you can't reach anymore, you can try just tilting the hair a little bit, the stick towards you, so as to continue the stroke straight. Or if you really need to sustain and you can't afford to have a flat hair at the tip, you can just turn the cello so it kind of turns clockwise, I guess, so that the angle of the arm more mimics the D string during normal playing. So I use that, for example, at the beginning of the Dvorak concerto, when I need all of my arm weight and I don't want to risk having to collapse my shoulder out. The C string, on the other hand, is the opposite, where on the upper third, it's easy to keep going in this direction rather than drawing in to continue your straight bow. So when you're about here, bring your hand towards your hip. At the frog, it's okay to really have to bend your wrist. If you have longer arms, you're gonna have to bend your wrist quite a bit, and especially to get around this little corner here, and that's okay. In general, 90% of the crooked bows I see are on down bows where the tip is too high. So you'll see this happens. So if you're one of those people, just think tip down. Think of it as if you're pushing towards the bridge and the bow will stay in place. The last problem we'll talk about is on string crossings. Sometimes we forget to change the elbow height along with the string, and that ends up giving us a crooked bow. You just want to remember that each string has its own assigned elbow height, so to speak, like first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. Unless you're doing a stroke like this, going back and forth, remember to lead the string crossing with the elbow rather than the hand leading the elbow. And that'll help you get a straight bow. We're going to do more on this for the next video, which will be about string crossings. So stay tuned. And thanks for watching.